Hi, in this video I'm going to explain how in-country administrators can make some amendments to questionnaires. So this is only possible using the desktop version of BookCheck, which is what you see on the screen. Before starting, I want to add a word of caution. So while it is possible for in-country administrators to amend questionnaires, it should not be necessary to do so. And that's because we've already uploaded all your questionnaires to the system. For instance, each country program has its own version of the OBM questionnaire, and these are already uploaded to BookCheck. I would also say that if you do want to amend a questionnaire, I would definitely suggest discussing it first with Moto Michikata at Brook UK. The reason is that this is one of the more complicated things to do in BookCheck, and doing it correctly will definitely take some practice and some advice. So, having made that caution, let's look at what in-country administrators can do. So first, let's log in to the system. Now, we need to find the questionnaire first before we can amend it. So let's go through and let's have a look at OBM, which you find here. Now, you can see on the right hand side there are these two icons which you don't see as an assessor. So the first one with the plus sign, as you can see, it says edit questionnaire, and the second one, the jigsaw piece, you can see that it says edit choices. Editing a choice means editing the possible responses to a question. So let's try editing the questionnaire. So firstly, let's just have a look and see what questions are asked in this OBM. So you can see the first question is about work type, and the second question is about being a member of a donkey welfare group. So before we can edit, we need to refresh the page, go back to the survey, and now here is the edit questionnaire button, and these questions now appear. Now the first two questions actually appear down here. Here we are, question 1 and question 2. So the way to remove questions is to click this tick box here, and you can see that the text and the display index number have disappeared, and you now need to press save to confirm this here. Now it says that the changes have been made, but we also need to press refresh to see the changes. So if we go back to the survey, let's have a look. And we can now see that that question about work type has disappeared, and the question about welfare group membership has also disappeared. So the second thing you can do is to change the text of a question. So let's press refresh again, come back to our questionnaire. Here we have the edit questionnaire button. And now you can see that the original text for the question is here in this grey box. But in this white box, it's possible to go in and to change the text if you want. Now let's remember that the first questions are a bit lower down. So here we are. The first question will now be this one here. So let's change the question text. And let's do it also for this one. And now save question again. It says we've done that, but we still need to refresh the page. Refresh the page. Now if we come back to our survey, you can see that the question text has now been changed. So it now says new question text. So the third thing that we can change is that the question choices, now these are the question choices here, In other words, these are the possible answers for a question. So to start doing this, let's refresh the page again, find the questionnaire, and let's go to this icon which says Edit Choices. Now, let's see. The first question, the original choice is here, but we can change this as well. And let's do it for the next question as well. Now to save this, we have to go to the bottom. So scroll to the bottom, Save Choice. And now we've done that, and for it to come through, we need to press Refresh here. Now let's have a look and see what's happened in the survey. So we go back to this button, and you can see that the new choice text has now appeared in these. So if you want to reverse any of these changes, you need to replace both the original question text and the original choice text. So let's first replace the background questions about work type and welfare group membership. So let's refresh the page, find our survey, and change the questions. So scroll down to the bottom. Now you can see that this question about work type is not ticked, and the question about being a member of a donkey welfare group is not ticked. But if we want to add it back, we just do that and we save it. And if we want to replace the text for the original questions, so we changed the text for this question, but we want to replace it, so we can just highlight that and highlight that and save the question. And that's done. Refresh the page. Now we also need to replace the choices. So go to Edit Choices. Here we are. You can see that there's no choice associated with it, so we need to add those back. And these ones, and let's make sure that this is the same as the original as well, copying and pasting the changes to get rid of the changes we made. Oops. We go to the bottom and save. That's done. Refresh the page. Let's go back to our questionnaire and have a look. And now you can see that it's gone back to what it was at the beginning. So these questions are again at the start, and the choices that we had originally are also here. So that's how you amend questionnaires. So one final point is that in-country administrators can remove questions or change the text, but they cannot add new questions. So without explaining the reasons for that, I'd just like to say, if you want to add new questions to the survey, or if you want to add a new survey, please ask the system administrator in the UK, that is Moto Michikata, and she will do that. So that's the end of this video. As I said at the beginning, although I wanted to show you that this functionality exists for in-country administrators, the simplest thing would be to ask Moto to make changes, because this is, as you can see, a bit of a fiddly system. Thanks very much.